Dream Witch! This is the first time we've seen her that it wasn't 2v8. She's so small! Okay, I'm focused now. Focusing. Look at the tiny... Look at the little, the follower. She just chucks
So what was that about focusing?
Focused! I'm focused. What's the next question?
Really? Oh shit. Well, I guess to bounce off Tina's question, Comrade Beaver asked, can you show us which chat the devs talk in?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna add that in the, editing me, add the picture here, please. But, they almost exclusively chat in the aisle discussion. So basically it's one of the first chat. There's like, the way the Discord's set up, it's like, it's a bunch of the information and news section. There's like the tabs. There's information and news, and then there's the aisle tab. If you click on that one, there's aisle discussion. It's the very first one. It's the very first one you can post in, basically. And generally speaking, they're going to be talking in that one. They'll sometimes respond to, like, you know, every now and again they'll respond to, like, feedback, or someone will make a comment in this server thingy-majig, and they'll respond to that. But usually they talk in the aisle general, or aisle discussion tab. Which, again, I'll have a picture, so you'll be able to see it.
Question from Floyd Peters. Is there a place where you could put in game mechanic suggestions and or ideas?
Yes. In the official Discord, they have, general feedback section. I'll take a picture of it and put it up in editing or whatever. You can post, like, not Word Docs, freaking Google Docs and stuff like that. And the devs do look at those, and they'll sometimes, you know, take them into account. Like that giant Hipsy nest thing that they're going to be doing at some point, and confirm they'll do at some point, that was user suggested. Some guy was like, hey, what if we had Hipsies nest in the trees with these giant cocoon-looking things, like this bird or whatever does? And the devs saw it, and I guess they really liked it. So it sounds like they're going to do that. And there was another suggestion from people that they did, but I don't remember what that one was. I remember Punch mentioned it, and it was in a video like eons ago, but I don't remember. But yeah, anyway, the general feedback seems to be the place to plop down your suggestions.
Anyway, next question. Could I decrease fall damage on Carno a bit? That is from SD.
Okay, so unfortunately, unless Punch Packet slides into my DMs, hire me, Punch Daddy, by the way. Unless he shows up and hires me, I am not a dev and I do not have any say at all in what they do or do not do to the game. Like, I don't even talk to the devs ever. I've spoken with Punch once briefly when I was getting the, what's it called? The creator title, the little purple name thingamajig. But that's the only time I've spoken with him. So I can't help with poor Carno's legs, unfortunately. I wish I could, so I'm sorry, but unfortunately Carno's legs are going to continue to break until the devs fix it.
Last bones and paper skin? Herfru asks, why am I always deleted and have to start again? When do you fix this?
Okay, again, unfortunately not dev. But two, as I've been posting decently often, the safe log bug that should have been hotfixed, what was it, a month ago when they patched Evrima and introduced the bug to begin with. They fixed the bug, they just haven't released the patch for it. So it's fixed, but we're still gonna suffer until they release update 4. So it'll be fixed whenever the mechanic test is done. So whenever that's done and they do update 4, that's when it's going to be fixed. But unfortunately, they're not hot fixing for whatever reason. I'm sorry for everyone's loss, because I've heard a lot about deleted Deinosuchus and Stegos and people having their dinos swapped around, and it's a mess. I don't know why they didn't know how to fix it, but I'm not a dev.
Next question. So Nestmine asked, what do the devs want to do to limit number of carnivores on the map and make sure there are more herbivores?
As far as I know, they're not doing any of that. Like, they're not doing, oh, you can only have X amount of things on the map. I think it would be, if anything, diets would do that, but that's not, as far as I'm aware, they don't have any plans to do anything like that, where they're like, oh, you can only have like 10 carnivores and the rest are gonna be herbivores. It'll be whatever happens, as far as I know. Which, honestly, I prefer. I would rather people be able to choose what they play. Because otherwise I get reminded of things like in, what was it? Things like Primal Carnage and whatnot, where if there's too many people playing a class that you love, you can't play it, and that's frustrating as all get out. Like, if I'm gonna play a game, I'd rather be able to play the thing I want to play, rather than, oh no, everyone else is playing X thing, so you can't play it. Sorry, screw you. So yeah, as far as I'm aware, they're not doing anything like that hard locks someone out of playing something they want to play, and I hope it stays that way, because that would suck. I would have to go server hopping or something, which is stupid. You shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to just play whatever you want. But yeah, as far as I know, no plans for that. Hopefully it stays that way.
So this was Karen Boy's second question. It's, how likely do you think it is that the Isle is going to get recoded again?
Oh gosh. So that was actually a comment I made a while back where I was like, short of being recoded. Oh, actually, what was the... I don't remember what the... I think it was in the previous video. Short of being recoded, I think it's on a good path. But I... So, to be fair, I haven't been in the Isle as long. I've heard it's had a previous quote-unquote recode thing in the past. Like, I can't confirm it because I wasn't there and I don't care to look through super past stuff. But I've heard it's been through something similar to this before. So I can't say I've lived through the prior one. Like, right now, I want to say the chance is incredibly low, given what they've been doing. But that's from the perspective of someone who hasn't seen them do this before. I've heard again from others that they've done a recode type thing in the past, but I wasn't there, so I can't really say. Like, from my perspective, it doesn't seem likely, because it would seem a waste. But if they have indeed done this in the past, then I honestly do not know. Like, I'd like to say they won't, but I can't say, like, with 100% certainty that it wouldn't happen.
Okay, so... next question. Oh gosh, I am sorry. I'm going to butcher your name. So, Ivan Zakalokin, I think that's how you pronounce it. He says, what mechanics are planned in Avrima, basically, even those that are only supposed?
Oh boy, that's a lot. Was there anything more, sorry?
That was basically it.
Okay. So let's just put the roadmap aside for now, because you guys can go look at the roadmap and see those ones that are listed there. But aside from those, I know there's tree climbing. Then there's the, at least at the time of recording this, the Pteranodon does not have its latching ability, but I know it will. But I don't know. Does he say, does he mean mechanics for, like, everything, or does he just mean, like, mechanics for specific things, actually?
He didn't specify mechanics.
Well, I'm just gonna assume mechanics for everything and just do a general, like, tree climbing and stuff like that. I know there's the tree climbing, and then I know there's the, when a Utah Raptor pounces certain things, it'll get impaled, and that's gonna be used for, you know, like trike and stuff like that. I think there might be other things that do it too. I don't remember. And that's not even talking about, like, the Merc stuff. where they'll have like loot and stuff. Did he say dinos or did he just say general mechanics? Like, is it dino mechanics or just mechanics?
Just general mechanics.
Ah! There's gonna be tree grazing. There's gonna be knocking down certain trees, destroying certain buildings. They've talked about that one. Like, they used the thing where, like, a T-Rex corners someone in a building. Because someone was like, oh yeah, if I'm a human, I can just hide in a building from a T-Rex and punch is like, not if he breaks down the building. So it sounds like there's gonna be some mild destruction that can happen. Let's see, what else is there? We know there's the pooping mechanic, and he's talked about just recently, actually, that when a dinosaur eats a merc and it has like gear, that it might be able to have the gear come out in droppings, at least some of it. So it prevents, you know, just the merc from farming its own body, basically. It sounds like other mercs can loot the other mercs. Stuff like that. There's a lot with the mercs that they've toyed around with, like supposed mechanics. So that opens up a lot. Guns? Does that count as a mechanic? Gun?
I mean,
I've
I
heard,
could.
I mean, kinda. I mean, the ability to shoot, you know. I think there might be a rare possibility of, like, night vision goggles for mercs, which is a night vision mechanic for them. Tribals we don't know a whole bunch about, but I do know they were talking about being able to subdue dinosaurs for their own uses. I know they've talked about possible trophies for, that mercs can take from dinos. It was more like an offhanded comment from Philippe, though, because someone was like, it'd be cool if mercs could take, like, teeth from a T-Rex or something, and have those, and Philippe said it would be really easy to do. So it's not like saying, oh, it will happen, but you said supposed, like, possible, so, I mean, it was an offhanded comment. It's just such a wide, thick question. Oh, armor! I know they've talked about armor. Like for things like Anki. Oh, building for mercs and tribals. It'll be different types of building, but they'll be able to do like some types of building.
You're just totally
me just going, let me think, everyone. They've talked about upgrading weapons, I think, to an extent, like, and customizing. Gosh. It's hard to think about all the stuff they've just offhandedly mentioned. Yeah, I think that's about all I can remember, honestly. I'm sure there's plenty more, but I just can't remember. Like, they've offhandedly... Like, there was carnivorous plants that they've talked about in the past, but I don't know if those are scrapped or not. I know... Oh, yeah, they've talked about traps for mercs. Vehicles. It's kind of like a mechanic. Oh, yeah, there's the migration mechanic, which I don't know is actually... I don't think that's on the roadmap. I think it's just been talked about. And we don't even know details about it. Like, we thought the food thing was gonna be the migration, and then it turns out it's something else, so... Anyway. I might be able to add on to that one a little bit later as we go on, so I can put a pin in that, but I've answered some of it, I guess, but it's just so hard to remember everything that they've talked about, because they offhandedly say this, that, or the other so much. Like, and it's hard to remember if it was just a community suggestion or if it was an actual dev comment, because sometimes I look at the community stuff too, and it's gonna mess my memory up hardcore. But I think I covered at least most of it, so... This one accidentally got lumped in with the baby para section, but when I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, I probably should answer that one. From unknown, baby para when come Evrima. I do not know, unfortunately, when they're gonna bring para in. I imagine it's gonna be quite a while. I know Dondi way back was talking about para in like stream comments or something, but unfortunately we haven't seen or heard anything from Para since then, and it's not even on the roadmap, so I imagine, I think it'll definitely come before the Apexes, and I could see it coming sooner than a lot of the other larger herbivores. I'm honestly a little bit surprised they put Stego in before Para. That was a little bit odd, but unfortunately I don't know when it'll show up, but I can tell you it's very likely to show up before like Rex, Giga, Spino, or any of those guys. And it'll probably come before a bulk of the carnivores show up in general, because I have a feeling they're probably gonna, well, yeah, along with Punch's comment relatively recently, as of recording this anyway, I have a feeling they'll probably focus on herbivores a lot more, which we kind of saw coming, considering, but